Welcome, church family, to this midweek devotional. Today I want to explore, are you pursuing a polished life or a prayerful life? To help me illustrate this, I brought with me a figurine made out of onyx, I believe it's called. And it's very polished, very smooth. It looks great. And being polished sometimes is a phrase that is thrown around when someone is speaking. We say they're very polished, or by the way someone is presenting themselves, very polished. But in today's passage, we realize that God is not calling us to be a polished people, but a very prayerful people. And to guide our thoughts and our understanding on this, we're going to read from Hebrews chapter 4, verses 15 and following. It says this, and this is talking about Jesus here. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but one who in every respect has been tempted as we are, yet without sin. Let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that you may receive mercy and find grace to help in the time of need. So, one of the things that this passage is acknowledging is that we have weaknesses. All of us, whether we are able to, whether people can see those or not, we do have weaknesses. Another thing that this passage acknowledges is that we are people in need. We are weak and needy people. This is something that's a human reality, just because of the world we live in. Sometimes we might feel like we're invincible. We might feel like we are polished. But in actuality, at the heart of it, we need God, and we need Him more. And so here the author of Hebrews is inviting us to come to the high priest, which is Jesus Christ. And that is the game changer. For far too long, one of the greatest struggles that I observed, not only in my life, but in the life of others, and especially being younger, is this desire to present an image or a person that is polished, without any issues, without any problems, without any weaknesses. This is something that the world teaches us, right? That if you're perfect, if you don't have any problems, then that's desirable. But that's the economy of the world. In the economy of God, really, we are called to acknowledge that we need help. And we need a lot of help. And that help can only happen through Jesus Christ, who is a high priest. And so that's why this passage then begins to point us, to remind us that Jesus is the high priest. He's the one that intercedes. He is the one that also experienced weaknesses. Now, the passage is also very clear that he did not sin. We sin. We fall short of the glory of God. We don't listen to God. But Jesus, he was without sin. Yet, as human, and also the Son of God, being divine, it's one of the great teachings of the church, the incarnation. He's able then to sympathize with us, to engage us. In other words, this passage is calling you and I to be a prayerful people, not a polished people. Prayerful people seek Jesus. Prayerful people understand that they need God's help. Prayerful people ask for forgiveness from God because they need it. Prayerful people allow themselves to come with confidence to the throne of grace that is only found in Jesus Christ. And they realize that they cannot bring change into their lives on their own, but that they need a risen, resurrected Savior who forgives and changes lives. And so, today, God is calling you and I to be a prayerful people, not a polished people. Because when we're a people of prayer, we discover the beauty and the wonder of who God is in Jesus Christ, and the things He wants to change in us, and the places He wants to help us, the places where God knows we need His grace, and maybe we don't, but through prayer we realize we need God's help, and He will help us. Thanks again for being with us here at this midweek devotional. I hope that you join us this weekend online on Facebook and YouTube at 10:30 for our worship online. Go in the peace of Christ that passes all understanding.